All right, fastest 15 minutes on social media, fastest 15 minutes on the internet. My name is Judson Powell. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit all the buttons, but most of all, as usual, hit the love button. I'd like to talk to you today about anti-Semitism, being anti-Semitic, being anti-Jew, and all this kind of stuff. And the example that I want to use, of course, is the brother Nick Cannon. It's reported that he has reached an agreement to come back to CBS slash Viacom, slash the Jew boys who don't really want you to say anything. And one commentator said, was he busted? Was he was he busted completely? Because they took him off the air as soon as they thought that what he said, was anti-Semitic. He was off the air. He had no platform. All right. Even though they were using his image and likeness, that's another thing. He doesn't realize there was a lot of stuff going around using his image and likeness. Or, I saw for the, the Masked Singer or one other thing on some of the promos, he was still in the background. I don't know if they paid him for that or if it was already in a previous contract for him to get that ready and done. But, which means that everything I just said means nothing. But what did you have to do, Nick, in order to get back in the good graces of the Jew boys? And I'm being anti-Semitic on purpose because we are the most, black people are the most targeted. Just like you could say nigga, I could say nigga all day long, and nobody is going to come after me. Nobody's going to come after them because they put it in their movies. The movies that they produce, the movies that they show us, the movies that, that show all these different things. Basically, just like we always talk about slave movies. Why every movie got to be a slave movie? I mean, I know it's slowly changing now, but that's only because of narrowcasting. They don't have enough content. See, the bottom line is we don't have enough content to fill all these channels. It's like if you could go on a lot of these rogue networks, and they got a bunch of them now. Well, all of these networks, the one thing that they need content. Even Netflix, even the big names that you hear. They're searching all the time to find content to put on their channels. So one reason why Nick came back was because that was a popular show. Wild and Out was a popular show. I thought it was ingenious. And the fact that he creates his own shows. And they don't really have people like that right now going around in the industry, especially that could target young Black America, the hip hop, the new hip hop. I should say the new hip hop generation. The mumble rappers, the trap house rappers, all of those groups of people, they don't really have a place in the mainstream media. And they gotta live up to whatever the man is telling them to live up to. And that's a bad deal. And the thing about it is that we need our own platforms. And maybe I'm guilty, I'll put my hand up. But we need platforms. We need some of these networks to be our own so that nobody can fire Nick Cannon just because he might have said something that the Jew boys don't like. See, that's why we need our own platforms. Our own platforms will put us on the forefront, the cutting edge, so that we can make our own movies. Just like I've been on this stuff forever. Been talking to y'all like all of the biopics they make. Well, the biopics they make are told from the Jew boys' point of view because they put the money up. You understand what I'm saying? We need to be able to tell our own stories, to be able to create our own programming, to do our own thing. and not have somebody else come along and tell us, oh no, that's not the way you should do it, or you have to do it this way, or else I won't fund you. Because everything that's out there should be from a standpoint of truth, of telling truth to power. That's what it has to be, because otherwise, then we got generations. Just like as soon as Cicely Tyson died, our late great mama, they everybody immediately jump on showing her doing, slave movies from back in the day. Everybody and every black actor has to do a slave movie or be in a slave movie, or it's the same thing with the whole comedian thing. Because it's like all the black comedians, every black comedian got to dress up in a dress. Why you got to dress up in a dress? And then when Dave Chappelle, look, remember y'all, Dave Chappelle was crazy, because he didn't accept his contract, to go on with his show. And they said he was crazy. He was in Africa crazy. No, he was in Africa chilling, because that's our home. So he was in Africa doing whatever he had to do in order to what? In order to get his sanity, in order to get rest. Because he's not beholden to money. Or he showed that he's not beholden to money. From what I understand, and correct me if I'm wrong, but Chappelle at that time, he went to Africa, relaxed, came back, bought some land and a house for his family in the middle of nowhere, and relaxed. And that's what he wanted to do. That don't make him crazy, but the Semites put the whole thing out there that what he was crazy, and what's going on with that, all because what? Because he wouldn't accept what they offered. And we should be able to do that. And then now that he's come back, right? And he's come back under different folks, but there was a platform in Netflix that allowed him to do what he wanted to do. And then that was not create a show, that was to do his own specials and to be able to do his own specials and say the jokes and the things that he wanted to say. And and then he has that famous thing out there talking about how he wouldn't put on the dress. There's also, I remember Don D.C. Curry, the comedian also, who said, they tried to put a dress on him after he was successful doing the Friday movie, and next thing you know, they want him to dress up in a dress, and he was like, I'm not doing it. But he should have an outlet because he's talented. He's talented, and all these other people out here who are talented but are not given a platform. So those are the things that need to be addressed, and it wasn't addressed. And the thing is that he said, going back to Nick Cannon, the bottom line is he said what he said. It's like it's like the fact of the matter is, yeah, that if there were people in the Bible, they were black. They would, ain't no way in the world y'all could make up a lily white Jesus, blonde haired and blue eyed, and he went to stay in Pharaoh's house. Ain't no way in the world that would not have happened. Why? Because how you gonna put, that's like you take me and you put me in an all white household. I kind of stick out. I mean, really, I do. I would kind of stick out. Y'all would kind of talk about me or whatever and be like, why does this brother think he could go into this all white house and sit here and chill? It ain't gonna happen. So exposing the lies and exposing truth is a bad thing to people out there. When you expose the truth, I mean, I've been off of Facebook for months, and I haven't even tried to fix nothing with Facebook. Why? Because I was like, y'all need to tell about the pathology of COVID-19. And when I started to research the pathology of COVID-19 and put it online, as many other people, I'm not the only one, but there were many other people that tried to do the same thing, and we were banned, blocked, everything else. And that, and then people say, "Oh, you always a conspiracy theorist." No, it's not a conspiracy. They actually blocked me and told me that the reason why they blocked me was because I shouldn't be talking about the pathology of COVID-19. But when you got over 200,000 people dead, then somebody needs to tell the truth or find the truth somehow, some shape, some form, some fashion. And so that's what we keep dealing with. We keep dealing with is, and if I disagree with what the mainstream Jewish population says, and the owners of these networks and the owners of these big platforms, if I go against what they say, then all of a sudden I'm anti-Semitic, and I don't hate Jewish people. It's not. That's not it. And the only person that talks about this stuff on a continuous basis is Farrakhan. Is the Honorable, Minister Louis Farrakhan. So, Brother Minister, I applaud him, and that's another thing. Y'all want me to hate my brother, but embrace what y'all saying, and that's never going to happen. Not only is Minister Farrakhan, someone that should be reverenced and looked up to, he's also my frat brother, he's my fraternity brother, and everything else. So why in the world would I put him down, especially when he's speaking the truth? And the things that are being done to black creative people, to people that are black or who are descendants of Africa and are African, that's what it's really all about. It's like, oh, I can't do certain things or say certain things because it hurts Jewish people, but that's not true. How are they being hurt? Because you could see in the Nick Cannon instance that as soon as they have power and control over you, and that's what white supremacy is. That's what that's what white power is all about. White supremacy, and and all of this, and white nationalists and everything like that. That's what it's all about. And because they don't really teach you, all these people that call themselves Hebrews and all this kind of stuff. They don't let you in on the money. They don't let you in on the secrets. They don't let you in on the things that really matter. They don't let you in on that stuff. So what is it? It's a mechanism for power and control over us. That's all it is. Because they talk bad about us. We're the brunt of jokes all the time. They talk bad about us. They lie about things. They everything that I read, I have to read it and discern, basically be able to discern it. Because why? Because they never tell the truth about our people. They don't want to tell us about our greatness, about the greatness we have in every discipline, and the fact that we invented most disciplines. They don't want to tell you about Timbuktu and Alexandria and and Mali and all the places where we got literally thousands of books, thousands of accounts and historical records and educational records. They don't want to tell you about that because they don't want you to know that your people invented pretty much everything. That we invented medicine, that we invented law, that we invented accounting, that we invented mathematics, that we invented sciences, and everything else. Without us, there is no invention. So that's why they try to keep us quiet, say we can't say certain things, but so what did Brother Cannon have to go through before he was given the platform back? And the other thing is he can't, I remember Arsenio Hall got in trouble for bringing the brother minister on, and they were angry. Oh no, he's been banned from social media and all of this kind of stuff. That's because he's speaking the truth. That's because he's telling truth, speaking truth to power all day long. Anyway, that's the fastest 15 minutes is up. Um, Thank you very much for watching, and hit the like button, hit the subscribe, but most of all, hit the love button.